Right, hi guys, Evil Slothman back here for another vid. Right, I didn't do a vid yesterday. I just wanted a quiet night. I don't know. I watched a lot of videos, commented on a fair few. That's what I did last night. Today I'm going to do another collection video, but this is nothing Blu-ray related or anything. This is going to be my wrestling DVDs. And these are all legitimate wrestling DVDs. I have a load of illegitimate ones if you look up where my finger is. These black ones and that white one at the end and all that, they're all TNA pay-per-views from Victory Road 2004 to about sometime in 2006. And it's like every single one. I used to get it off eBay off a seller, and you'd give you like a load of extra features with it. So it's like a lot of like shit interviews and backstage stuff, and I stopped doing it basically after we got a really decent internet connection, and it was just pointless. I still don't like watching pay-per-views off Bravo. Too many fucking adverts. But alright. Start off with like the WWE ones. So if nobody's like a wrestling fan, you can stop watching, and I'm not going to hold you against you. You're here for like mostly retro gaming. I just like to go my other hobbies at that time as well. But first one is the Raw 15th anniversary. That is a very, very good DVD, but it kind of glosses over loads of stuff because it has to go over 15 years of footage, and so some years get very, very little. I think 95, 96 gets shockingly little. I know it was when Raw was really, really sucking in the ratings, but my god, there's like nothing from there. Now I remember when it came out, there was a Best of Raw 1 and 2 DVD that was like the highlights of 98, 99, maybe a bit of 2000. That was a really, really good DVD. That, if you can find that, that's a really good DVD, but it is rare and it's out of print. Alright, this is the Mick Foley Greatest Hits and Misses. This is the original version of the DVD, not the re-release after he wrestled Edge at one of the WrestleManias. Like, is it 23? I think it was 23. It's 23 or 22. I can't remember off the top of my head, which is strange for me because even my wrestling mind is usually pretty exact in these things. But this is the one that came with the beanie hat, which I don't think's in there at the moment. I can't remember where I've put it, but I still have it. Right. This is an awesome, awesome DVD. The Rise and Fall of ECW. Very, very good on how the story and everything of ECW was done, how it was built up. They basically give them a lot of free reign, but you get the feeling they're trying to cover up and say a lot of stuff, some stuff. And that's why I suggest, if you're wanting to watch that, you also watch that, Forever Hardcore, which is done by all the wrestlers that are not contracted to WWE at the time. And it's basically the same kind of telling of like ECW feuds, and it has Raven, Sandman, it does Sabu, Shane Douglas, Terry Funk, people that weren't contracted to WWE when they're making that. This is the ECW One Night Stand, which was the first one, not the second one, which was funny just for the whole reason of Cena getting booed out of the building. But that was a really good one because they set it up and booked it like an old ECW pay-per-view, unlike the second one, which was more or less like a standard pay-per-view in the ECW arena, which they really didn't think right about because the fans just shat on it, apart from RVD winning. But this is the Monday Night War DVD, which is completely and utterly biased towards WWE, as you'd expect, because it's produced by them. But it's really, really bad, and as I'm led to believe, the Rise and Fall of WCW DVD is really, really bad too, for being biased. This is a Rise and Fall of WCW DVD that does not mention Sting. That's how biased it is. Right. This is a really awesome, awesome box set. This is the Best of Ladder Matches. So if you're really into like these high flying things with like Jeff Hardy and Edge used to do about 2000, 2001, even, well, I really like the CM Punk ladder match with Jeff Hardy at SummerSlam, so, well, TLC match, you all know it's a ladder match, but that has some really, really good ladder matches going back to even before the Shawn Michaels ladder match, or does it? I can't really remember. I'm thinking I'm gonna run out of time here really quickly, but I'm just not saying. Yeah, it does. It does. It has two before that. It has the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels one from 1992, 2 years before the WrestleMania one. I know Shawn gets a lot of credit for the ladder match, which he really should because it was an awesome match, but I think he gets a bit over. This is not as good, the best steel cage matches, just for the fact that some of them are more highlights. It's not like a whole complete package. Every match shown there is on the ladder match you can see in full, whereas some of these matches are highlights, which is a pain in the fucking arse. Because some of them are really good. Right. We're into our tag classics. All the tag classics ones. No, it's not. Oh, we'll leave that one out because that'll be rare. Right. These are what in the UK Silver Vision releases, basically DVD upscales of the VHS copies that they used to put out, and they called them Tag Classics. I know that WWE would box sets of these and put loads of them in there, but these ones are actually better to get because these are actually ripped to the video and had the copyrights at the time. They're unedited. So if you get something like WrestleMania 14, there's no blurring of the Attitude logos, there's no overshot of music or anything. So these are exactly how they were at the time, so it's much, much better to watch. It's like when you watch all them DVDs and it's like ridiculous amounts of blurring all over the turnbuckles, all over the signs, all over the cameras, over the logos when they're showing out videos. Oh, it's ridiculous. So definitely try and scout some of these out. So this is like WrestleMania 1 and 2. I'm going to have to split this into two parts, it's too big. Alright. Actually, we'll go on WrestleMania 3 and 4. Now 3 is a special for that because I'm sure there was a wrestler that had the music changed in like the 25th anniversary edition, or somebody definitely told me there was. That's 5 and 6. This is, I skipped a bit, this is 13 and 14. I'm going to go back and get the rest of them. And In Your House 13 and 16. I don't know why I didn't do 13, 14. But 13 was the one where Bret Hart wins the world title in the Final Four match, which was awesome. Alright, this will be rare as hell to find now because no way WWE is going to put this out, and I don't think a lot of people bought it at the time. Hard Knocks, the Chris Benoit story. Now I'm going to keep this because there's no fucking way they're going to release anything by Chris Benoit ever again. And you can say what you like about how fucked up in the head he must have been to have done what he did. If anybody didn't know, he murdered his wife and his son and put Bibles by their necks and then committed suicide. And so the WWE wants nothing to do with him, justifiably in a way, but you kind of want to recognise him for some of his wrestling achievement because he was a really, really good wrestler. And so this is basically a lot of his better matches on there. Another one, they re-released this actually in a different package. It was Cheating Death, Stealing Life, the Eddie Guerrero story. Now that is also a very, very good DVD. Lots and lots of really good matches. And then did they add an extra disc or something? It's like a 3-disc box set now. There was definitely an extra stuff added. Right, Kieran's going to be very happy with this one. I'll just tell that. This is the Best of the Undertaker Tombstone, the best of the history of the Undertaker. So the very, very best of the Undertaker stuff. And it is pretty damn awesome. A lot of stuff there, a lot of really good matches in there. If you're a big Undertaker fan, you've got to pick that up. Right, here's my favourite wrestler. That's Bret Hart. This is the Bret the Hitman Hart collection. I don't know why they put such a young photo of Bret Hart there. That looks like when he was still in the Hart Foundation. You'd think he'd have one with the title belt on the front of it. Never mind. It's like his book. The book one would have been better. I would have thought that one, but never mind. But I think that's as much as we can actually do for this part, because it's going to run out of time soon. So I shall see you again in a second. Well, probably be quite a fair bit, but for part 2. So until then, this Evil Soft Man out.